Hey, this is Hopkins County Judge Executive Jack Whitfield Jr. Giving an update on the tornado and where we're at with cleanup efforts. So right now we've had crews going out helping neighbors get their properties cleaned up. We need to continue that in that direction. We're still taking volunteers to help with that. Every morning at 8 o'clock, we're meeting over across from the Marathon Station just off the interstate in Dawson Springs. If you show up there in the morning, you can't miss it. There'll be a crowd of people. We're also taking information from people who want to volunteer at our call center at 270-825-5024. At that same number, we would ask that the residents whose houses have been damaged or destroyed to call that number and let us know when you have all of your belongings out of the house that you want to try to get, because then we can help to send teams there to get your property cleaned up and moved. So we need to get all the damaged houses and debris moved to the side of the road. When we see those piles coming up, we'll know that can be picked up and hauled off. So we need it moved as close to the road as possible, but not on the road, so we can begin to pick that up. Also talked to the coroner today. We do not have a change in our numbers, and we are glad for that. I think he reported 14 officially, but we had 17, we think, unofficially, because we've had several that were taken out of the area to different hospitals that may have passed. So we think we're at 17 fatalities now here in Hopkins County. Our volunteer efforts as far as materials and monetary donations continues to go extremely well. We continue to work on getting our organizations more organized so people can come in and get what they need. So if you come into the schools, you'll see we've got materials divided out into different age groups and different item types. So we continue to move down the path of organization and cleanup and preparation to rebuild. The president was here today, and he had some really good news. FEMA is going to pick up 100% of the cost to remove debris right now. What that means is we need everybody to get their houses, their personal belongings out as fast as possible, and that debris moved up to the side of the road so we can get really moving on picking that stuff up. And I'll continue to work with FEMA to figure out how we do that, and we will get this town and the areas of the county that were damaged cleaned up as fast as possible, because we are going to have a new city and new homes in Barnsley and Flat Creek. We're going to get over this horrific tornado, but we're going to build back better than we've been. So we're here for you. We're continuing to work hard. We got a lot of great volunteers that are going to make this county better than it was. So thank you so much for all you've done to this point.
All right, my name is Nick Bailey with Emergency Management here in Hopkins County, and I want to kind of give an update on where we stand on our unaccounted for missing person list. So we've actually got that down to 17. And again, I'll reiterate the fact that we're not finding people out in the rubble. We're finding people that have left town. They went and stayed with the family. And we're getting calls from people from outside that we're having to police our list and check them, and we're finding people that are on our list that were not in the Hopkins County area. So those numbers come down drastically today. So again, that number is 17 today. Hopefully tomorrow we're going to get that number down to single digits and maybe even down to 0. And I'm going to kind of go and address a little bit further on what Jack Whitfield said as far as the debris. When you bring it to the curb, we're asking you to please separate everything into 4 different stacks. So we need clean lumber, we need woody brush, any kind of trees, any kind of limbs, any kind of bushes, anything that's vegetative needs to go on a pile with clean lumber. So clean lumber is defined as any kind of lumber that is not painted, stained, or pressure treated. That needs to go in one pile. A separate pile needs to be for any kind of construction debris. So that's painted, stained, pressure treated lumber, any kind of siding material, whether it's vinyl, metal, any kind of metal roofing, shingle roofing, tar paper, insulation, piping, stuff like that needs to go on a second pile. Third pile needs to be white goods. White goods are defined as any kind of like air conditioner units, they're refrigerators, they're any kind of household appliance, microwaves, washers, dryers, things like that needs to go on a separate pile. And then you have household hazardous waste, so your paints, your gas cans, anything that's household hazardous waste needs to be put in a 4th pile and segregated from everything else.
All right, I'm Chief Mike Opalek with the Dawson Springs Police Department. That's OPALEK. I don't have a big update on the law enforcement side of this. I do want to, like Jack Whitfield said a minute ago, the president was in town today, so we've kind of diverted our attention on that most of the day and yesterday. You can expect some changes with the checkpoints over the next couple of days because this incident is transitioning from one phase to another. So as far as those checkpoints go, those checkpoints are going to be changing over the next couple of days, making it a little easier for people to get into town to help their loved ones, to help their relatives, to start getting through their stuff. As far as any looting or anything like that, that's not really been going on. We've kind of nipped a lot of that in the bud. We still have support through the Kentucky Sheriff's Association. They're sending people down. Kentucky State Police. Madisonville Police Department has been instrumental in helping us. They've sent multiple officers down here time and time again. The Hopkins County Sheriff's Department has sent multiple officers or deputies down here time and time again. I can't thank the both of them enough. I don't really have anything else. That's just all I have for you guys tonight.
My name's Katie Moyer. I'm a local that lives around Dawson Springs and Christian County. I have been sort of leading the volunteer efforts to get people recovered, fed, watered, supplied all over Dawson and in the surrounding areas since Saturday morning. We are essentially focusing on making sure that everybody has the supplies that they need. And now that we've pretty much got everybody stocked up, our focus is going to be on cleanup. We do still need a lot of help. Right now, we're at the point where I think we have the supplies that we need. So we need the manpower that it's going to take to get all those supplies from the schools and the churches and everywhere else out to those homes and to those individuals. The things that I need help with are not only just manpower, but also locating people who need help. We can't always get in touch with every household. Sometimes the property owner is not there. Sometimes they're elderly and they can't get to the door. We have identified certain houses. We've got a great, excellent map right now where we have identified certain houses that we have to check back in on. I got orders for tonight. I already got to go check back in on a lady. We also need help finding out who needs the most help and making sure that we haven't already checked on them and making sure that they have the things we need. We got a bunch of supplies. We need help. We need people to run chainsaws. We need people to help organize donations. So if you're an organizer, we need your help here. If you are a heavy equipment operator, we need your help there. And whatever it is that you can do, we will put you in the right position for what it is that you're capable of. And we'll take all the help we can get. And I'll be honest with you, when we get to the point where we don't need volunteers here, we're going to start sending them out to the other communities, the smaller communities. What I also need from people is I need to know all those little back roads that have houses on them that they haven't heard from their family members out there. If your house is destroyed and you're on a back road that takes 20 minutes to get down your dirt road, we probably don't know about them. So I need information. I need to know who needs help so that I can get them the best possible help as quickly as possible. We are set up. We have our volunteer headquarters in the middle of town. But there is a volunteer briefing every morning across the street from the Ideal and the subway at the Dawson Springs exit. And then they'll send you down. If you're coming to me, they'll send you down to me and we'll put you on a mission. We'll give you a cool team name. And then, we'll just keep you busy until you're ready to go home.